Okay, so today we are going to voice a promo from scratch, and I'm going to do it as if I've been given my little promo package from a producer. I've got the video, which is imported into my timeline here. You can see that on the top track there, and I've got a little video window up here as well, which you can see has got shots of lots of animals and stuff. And I've got a guide mix track, which I've imported with the video, so you'll normally get that, which is either mixed with a guide voiceover or without a guide voiceover. I've provided myself with a guide voiceover track as well, which is usually just the producer kind of doing a rough version of the script so that you can see where all the cues go. So it's quite a handy little reference to have. And then we've got the script on the right, which is time coded, and we've got all the time codes of where all the cues are. So I can play the video for you, and then we can see sort of where everything is in relation to the script. I've imported the video and spotted it to 10.0000 so that we've got a nice clean in time code. So these time codes will make sense. So that'll be 10.0001, 03, 08, and so on and so on and so on. And to import the video, you just go to File, Import Video, and then that'll import the video for you, and you can choose to import it with the audio as well. Then I've got my mic track, so I've got my mic coming in my aux input here, and it's traveling down a little bus to my record track, and I've got a little EQ on that there with a little low cut on and just a little bit taken out there because I'm a bit hissy. Don't need that play out track, so I'm going to get rid of that. That's just going to confuse things, and then everything's going to a little mix bus here. But at the end of it, I'm just going to export my voiceover just clean, and then that'll go off to the engineer or whatever. So this is as if we're doing a promo from home, and we've been given all the gear to do it with. So let's just play through with a guide voiceover. So this is as if like a producer has just given us the cues just to give us a sort of guide and a feel for the promo. So this promo is for a made-up series about the Arctic. So that's the vibe we're going for today. So yeah, let me just play you it with the guide here. A place on the edge of the world.
It's the coldest place on Earth. Well, one of the coldest places on Earth, that's for sure.
Where wolves roam free and life survives against the odds, even though survival is never guaranteed. But beauty will always reign supreme. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 p.m. on Nature Plus. So there we go. It's quite a simple promo, but it's quite a good one to work on because down here on the script, you can see we've got tags. And these tags are the bit at the end here where it says, the Arctic starts this Friday at 9 p.m. on Nature Plus. So these are basically going to replace that starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus with different times. So this promo will be going out on the channel maybe the day before the series starts, maybe on the day the series starts. So that's why we've got starts today on Nature Plus, starts tomorrow on Nature Plus, and then it's got a generic one every Friday from 9 on Nature Plus. So that's why we've got tags, because the promo is going to be going out at different times. So what we usually do with these tags is start with the longest one, which I think is the one that we've got there anyway. Starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus, just to see that it fits the gap of the endboard here. This is what they call the endboard, which is the thing advertising the program. What have we got? 5 seconds for that. So we've got plenty of time. So, I mean, they'll all be fine anyway. But it's always good to start with the longest one just to make sure it all fits, and then the others will fit nice and snugly. Right. So I'm going to turn my camera on for this voiceover tutorial. I don't usually do it, not because I'm embarrassed, because I think it clusters up the screen a little bit. But for this one, I thought it's good to see sort of, what I'm doing. So, I might just leave it off, in which case I'll cut out this bit. But anyway, let's crack on with it, shall we? So we've got time codes here, and what we can do is we can get our window up here and we can show our big counter. So I can put that there so we can see what time code we're at, so we can see when we reach 3 seconds, we've got a vox pop. We can see when we reach 8 seconds, we've got the shot of the wolves where we say where wolves roam free, and so on. So it's basically on every shot change, there's a different line of voiceover. So the first thing we need to consider is how we're going to deal with this promo, what kind of vibe we're going to give it. I mean, the guide voiceover is ridiculous. It's just a generic thing that producers do just to kind of give us an idea of where everything goes, really. But we need to think about what we're going to do with this promo. So let's watch it through and then we can have a look and see where we're going to go with it. A place on the edge of the world.
It's the coldest place on Earth. Well, one of the coldest places on Earth, that's for sure.
where wolves roam free and life survives against the odds, even though survival is never guaranteed. But beauty will always reign supreme. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 p.m. on Nature Plus. Yeah, so, I mean, it's quite a kind of warm vibe, isn't it? I'm just going to mute that guide voiceover. I've just gone Command-N on the actual audio clip, but you can mute the track by just pressing mute there. And I'm probably going to go into my, let's just move that out of the way, get rid of strip silence, we don't need that. And I'm going to go into my track view volume here, and then I'm just going to triple click on the track and then just take it down about 5 dB because I don't need it very loud when I'm voicing. So yeah, I think let's go for a kind of a nice warm vibe and see where that takes us, shall we? So let's just turn my track view back to waveform there, and yeah, I'm going to go for a take, and then we can move stuff around once we've done it as well. Let's see how a nice kind of warm, a place on the edge of the world, this kind of thing, takes us. I think that'll fit nicely because it's nice, slow, the music's nice and slow, nice shots of nature and stuff like that. So I think that's the vibe we're going to go for. So let's do it. Let's go for a take. A place on the edge of the world.
It's the coldest place on Earth. Well, one of the coldest places on Earth, that's for sure.
Where wolves roam free and life survives against the odds, even though survival is never guaranteed. But beauty will always reign supreme. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus. So I purposely went slow there so that you can see that we're running into trouble. So here is my voiceover track. I'm going to move some stuff and see if I can make anything fit. So I'm just going to trim that, move that back to the start. The edge of the world. Okay, so the first line's good. The wolf line, I think we've got plenty of time for. Where wolves roam free. And I was a bit late with the seals, so let's just take that one back and start that on the first frame of the seals there. Let's play these two lines. Where wolves roam free. I'm going to tighten that up, take that a little bit closer to the edge of the vox pop.
On Earth, that's for sure.
Where wolves roam free and life survives against the odds, even though survival is never guaranteed. Okay, that almost fits. Maybe just take that back a bit, and then let's just take the Northern Lights one back and start that on the first frame there. And let's just get rid of that breath there. I'm going to clean this up as I go. And then let's get our tag, trim that, and then just start that just after it's faded in properly. And let's see how this sounds, shall we? A place on the edge of the world.
It's the coldest place on Earth. Well, one of the coldest places on Earth, that's for sure.
Where wolves roam free and life survives against the odds, even though survival is never guaranteed. But beauty will always reign supreme. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus. The only one I think I've got a problem with is the Northern Lights one, maybe. I think that was a bit too long. Guaranteed. But beauty will always reign supreme. Which is a shame because I think that line needs to breathe a bit. But, you know, we're under time constraints with the pictures, so we've got to kind of play by the rules here. Anyway, I'm going to do another take, and then if I go to my playlist menu on my record track, I'm just going to highlight all of that. I'm going to hold control down so it's going to remain in sync, and I'm just going to drag that down to a playlist. So that's safe. That won't play back unless I hit this little icon here and I can hear that take. But we're just going to have that as a kind of spare take, as it were, as it's the first one. And yeah, I'm just going to go for another take, see if I can do it any better. Right, here we go. A place on the edge of the world.
It's the coldest place on Earth. Well, one of the coldest places on Earth, that's for sure.
Where wolves roam free and life survives against the odds, even though survival is never guaranteed. But beauty will always reign supreme. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus. Cool. I think that was much better. Obviously, if you do it a couple of times, you're going to get into it. So it's always good to do a few takes before you go for your main take. I think that was pretty good, but let's have a look, see if that Northern Lights one is going to fit now. I'm just getting rid of all the breaths and stuff as before. Maybe put a little fade on that. Let's just start that on the first. Oh, that's a bit late anyway, isn't it? So that's all right. I'm just going to start the seal one a little bit earlier. There we go. And then the polar bear one on the first frame. And then I'm going to start that Northern Light one just there. And then this can start where it is, I think. That's fine, that one. So yeah, let's have a look at this take. A place on the edge of the world.
It's the coldest place on Earth. Well, one of the coldest places on Earth, that's for sure.
Where wolves roam free and life survives against the odds. Even though survival is never guaranteed, but beauty will always reign supreme. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus. Nice. I think that's nailed it. So I'm just going to move the Arctic thing back here, just a few frames, because I think that came in a bit too late. Let's just play the end of that. But beauty will always reign supreme. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus. Lovely. I'm just going to separate that guide track there, put a little crossfade in there, and just going to take that last swell of music down because that was a bit loud. We're not going to do a mix here, by the way. It's just for my personal listening. So all we got to do now is do the rest of the tags. What I'm going to do, I usually just drop in for the tag. I can punch in, I think, for this. I'm just going to separate the tag. I don't have to do the Arctic bit. I could not be lazy and do the Arctic every Friday from 9 on Nature Plus, but I'm just going to show you how I would do it as a drop in because it's more interesting. So let's just grab that tag and I'm just going to put that at the end here and I'm going to label that tag 1 so we don't get in a mess. And then we're going to do all these tags. I'm going to drop in for each one. And I'm just going to go after the Arctic and I'm going to go every Friday from 9 on Nature Plus for this one. So if I just drag this video thing down here, I need to put my recording to quick punch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play this audio clip here where it says the Arctic. And then I'm going to punch in by using my 3 key on my numeric keypad. I think it's Command Space on a laptop. Don't quote me though. But anyway, we're going to punch in after the Arctic. So let's have a go at it. The Arctic, every Friday from 9 on Nature Plus. Okay, so that's the first tag. Maybe shunt that up a bit. Let's just play it back, check it works. The Arctic, every Friday from 9 on Nature Plus. Great. Let's label that as we go. Let's be neat. Tag 2. And then let's do the next one. The Arctic starts today on Nature Plus. So you'll notice I've slowed that one down, just kind of gapped it because it's a lot shorter. So we've got a lot more time. I might even move it up there, something like that. Let's just play that back. The Arctic starts today on Nature Plus. Great. And then I'm just going to highlight those 2 little clicks there, get rid of those and consolidate those with Shift Option 3. And then we're going to call that tag 3. And then let's do the last tag. The Arctic starts tomorrow on Nature Plus. Again, I gapped that, kind of slowed that down. The Arctic starts tomorrow on Nature Plus. There we go. So let's just call that tag 4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy tag 1. I'm going to put that in the main take. The Arctic starts this Friday at 9 on Nature Plus. There we go. And what we're going to do to deliver this, we are going to highlight the video there, and then I'm going to press the colon key and semicolon key, and that will kind of move our selection down, and I'm just going to let it land on my voiceover track here. Then what we're going to do is consolidate that and I'm going to go Shift Option 3, and that's going to be one file now. So I'm going to call this, let's just get this video out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to call this main take. And so the engineer can just slap that in at 10.0000, and that will sync up with the video and he can do his mix. And that'll have tag 1 in it, don't forget, but we'll give them the tags separately anyway. And then we'll just highlight everything. Go Shift Command K, and we'll get our little export menu up here, and then we'll probably do those as WAVs, mono, and then whatever they want, probably 16-bit, 44.1. Choose where we want to put them. I'll probably put it in an export folder, so I'll do a new folder. And then, yeah, let's just bosh those out. And there we go. That is basically how to voice a promo at home if you've got all the gear given to you. And what I'll do is I'll upload this session to my Patreon, so you can grab it there, have a little mess around with it. It'll include the video, the guide, mix, and yeah, the whole session, basically. Hope that's been useful for you. I'm going to do plenty more voiceover tutorials over the coming weeks. So don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell and all that sort of stuff. Please, thank you. And sign up to my Patreon and you can get this session and loads of other stuff that I've uploaded there as well. Every time I do a tutorial like this, I will upload all the stuff so that you can have a little play around with it yourself. So yeah, hope that's been useful and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.